What is good, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Box Breaks. This was looking at our library of videos. We're over 50 videos now, which is pretty cool. We are going to open another box today. We're going to open up a set booster of March of the Machines. We are going to continue in that direction to... we're not going to supercharge it this week. We're not going to throw any set boosters in with it. We're going to see what we can pull this week. Before we do that, I want to do a little drawing. Folks that have left comments on our video for last week, here they are. It's going to be another coin flip between Al and Mrs. Kimberly. Let's see who gets it. The winner this week is Mrs. Kimberly. Congratulations. Please choose between one of these colors of sleeves and then tell me A or B, and I will put that aside for you. I'm assuming it's probably going to be somewhere in the pink realm. Remember that I'm continuing to replenish every time, so you can continue to choose pink and what I forget what letter you chose last time, but I'm not going to say never. I'm not going to run out at the moment, and I'll make sure you know that when we do run out, what your options are if you win. All you gotta do to win is comment down below of this video. Leave it hashtag Comix Cafe along with your comment, and we'll draw from those names that do that next week. So A or B for purple, white, green, red, pink, orange, blue, or yellow. If you are very artistic and you have more accurate names for those, knock yourself out. But I'll have to then try to determine or decipher what color it is you mean when you say that. So, you may see our little easel out here, speaking of artistic. We used to use that to put our name for who won, but now we do the wheel. But we're going to be looking for something very specific today. I've not done like a hunting video in a while where we actually go hunting for a particular card. Obviously, we like to pull really cool looking cards. We like to pull cards that have value, monetarily speaking. But I just realized something today. That the era of the vanilla Magic card is almost entirely gone. Now I'm going to take the word of another content creator, because they said that all vanilla cards are now, there are no vanilla cards in standard any longer. And I was like, I don't know that that's true. And so I went back and I looked at March of the Machines. And it's going to probably depend on what you mean by vanilla. If you say it has to only be in a particular color, or it has to be a low mana cost, or it has to be low as far as its ability, as its numbers on the bottom. I usually define vanilla as a card that has no special ability. So in the text box underneath the picture or in the ability section, there is either nothing or there is only flavor text. And there is only one card in this entire set that has only flavor text. It has no special ability. Can you guess what it is? If you looked at the image for this video, your thumbnail will give it away. It's Yargle and Multani. It's a big creature, but it has absolutely zero special ability. And so, today we're going to do something weird. We're going to hunt for a card that doesn't have really any resale value. I do know someone who is building a Yargle or a Yargle and Multani deck. There are some who even believe that Yargle and Multani will be the masters of what you might consider like a Tron deck or an Enchantress kind of deck, where you just you build up one creature with a bunch of enchantments and a bunch of equipment, and you just swing in for game. Now, obviously, Yargle Multani is huge. What is it, like 18.6, something like that? I forget. You know what? What we're doing is we're hunting for Yargle and Multani today. Also, because I have a hard time saying that word, I thought, why not? Let's give myself a little bit of a challenge here. But we're going to hunt for Yargle and Multani. Now, obviously, we're going to look at all the cards that we pull today. We're going to enjoy opening packs together. But I'm going to get super psyched if we pull Yargle and Multani. And I'm pretty sure there's multiple treatments for that card. And so let's jump in. Let's see what we pull. If you're planning on building a Yargle and Multani deck, if you have a deck list, put it down below. If you have some ideas of ways you could use Yargle and Multani in that green-black combination, what is it? Frog, Spirit, Elemental, I think are the three creature types that it is. But I would encourage you, share that down below. I'd love to see some of those ideas. I like weird deck building concepts. I really do. So we are opening, well, if you couldn't tell already, we're opening set boosters. And so we are going to have some cool artwork. Oh, nice. And we go ahead and pull right off the bat one of those gold stamped Itali. That is going to probably go into my claim pile because I have a son who loves playing dinos. So this is probably going to go in his deck as a dino token. Hey, check that out. First Mate Ragavan. I hope that's a picture of things to come. That token actually carries a little bit of value with it too. Alright, so here we go. We're going to jump into the cards. There we go. We got the art card for Itali. We pulled Itali himself. It's going to go in the pile of really good stuff. It's a great card out of this set. Get that up and shot a little bit better so you can see it. And there's a Swampy Swamp. That's a good rare. It's a good place to start. I'm going to put him up here. Put my tokens and let Ragavan kind of peek out over the top there. Put my lands over there. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. We're going to slide everything else off to the side. Again, we're opening stuff for Comix Cafe. All this stuff will go right back to the store. So if there's anything that we open that you want, all you have to do is comment. You can comment here while we're on stream, or this is actually being pre-recorded. So you can comment while it's streaming, or you can comment down below, or you can catch up with me on our Discord channel. Let me see. I'm gonna put our rares and stuff at the back so we can be a little bit excited about that. Let's kind of fire through our commons and uncommons. But if there's something you like and you want to have added to your deck, then comment and claim it, and we will set those things aside at the store, and you can come by and pick them up. There's another Raptor. We're pulling dinos. And then there we go. Aurelia, the War Leader. I love that. I love that treatment of that card. It's such a cool card too. All right, but we're keeping the seat of honor here for our man Yargle and Multani. All right, there we go. Cool artwork. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward past our rares. Yeah, I'm looking at them, but I'm not really seeing what they are. I'm just kind of going, okay. There's rare. And then we get to, there's a land I can get rid of. There's a Phyrexian Vault. That's cool. Sack a creature, draw a card. Galta and Marvin. Wow. I'm sorry, Mavrin. I always said Marvin. That's a third dinosaur we pulled. Ooh, there's Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. Okay, so I was wrong. There's a second vanilla card. Yargle is also vanilla, just by himself. I should have assumed that, I think. Maybe I should have assumed that. We'll just go with, when I did my graphic, I meant the Yargle card and the Multani card, but also the combo of. I don't think Multani himself is a vanilla card. It's an interesting artwork. Very cool looking. Alright, I'm going to fast forward past our rares. Or I'm just going to fast forward to our battle. That'll be our first card each time. But as I look, I'm pretty sure all the rest of the cards in this set, there's our token, have no special abilities. Hey, Yargle and Multani. Special treatment card. Very cool. See how 18-6, I was right. And then a Squee the Immortal. Alright, so we've already pulled a Yargle by himself and a Yargle and Multani. There are going to be people that are going to be so confused when they pull up on this video if they like fast forward halfway through and go, okay, why in the world is there a Yargle and a Yargle and Multani up on an easel? What is, why? Why? Tell me why. Alright, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Temporal Cleansing, cut it short. There's a plains I can pull off to the side there. Ooh, that's nice. Ravnica at War. Exile all multicolored permanents. Wow, that's really cool. Alright. There we go. I see something back there that looks pretty cool. Invasion of Segovia. There's Rayam. That card always gets me. It always looks like something else. Really cool looking. I like the treatment on those cards. But I don't like the fact that it makes me think that we pulled a Ragavan. Now, here's the thing. I'm assuming that's what a Ragavan's going to look like. I don't know that I've ever seen one in this set. So, that's just a weird, wild assumption on my part. Try not to make that a habit, necessarily. Making weird and wild assumptions. But, yeah, I do from time to time. Just to keep things interesting. Alright, we got to our Siege. My Siege. That's actually not mine. It goes back to Comix. Burning Sun's Fury. There we go. Boss me. We pulled a Warrior token. Ran Resolved. Guardian of Girapur. Very nice. Shayna, Sisei's Legacy into Arona. Da, 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 my Arona. Alright. Love how these packs are opening. They're so much easier. Now that I've really kind of figured out the Omnath. Very cool. Pull that token off to the side there. Let's get to our Siege. Where are you, Siege? Oh, there it is. There's our Siege. There's a Plains. There's a Kite Sail. Foily. Pylon. Alright, that was a single rare pack. So it is about that time of year where if you are a student, you're beginning to really long to get out of school, and you're probably looking out the window a lot. If you're graduating, you've got a heavy case of senioritis going on probably. If you're working, you probably would much rather just be outside with as nice as the weather is getting. That's a really cool Invasion of Lorwyn foil. Very neat. Progenitor Exarch. Very nice. We pulled a bunch of those, I feel like. Ooh, there's Sidar. Jabari of Zalfir. Very cool. I'm gonna scrunch this stuff up real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put Atali on top. I think Atali is probably our big daddy at this point. Maybe I'll do a pile for each color. Yeah. Put Atali on the top of that one. Let's see our multicolored stuff. Man, I don't know. Aurelia, maybe, would be at the top of that list. For white cards, I don't even know. Ravnica at War, maybe, because I feel like we've pulled so many progenitors. Maybe Guardian of Gipur. Pile on. And our blue Siege. Normally don't really get too concerned about organization during a stream, but I do want to make sure you guys can see these cards as we're opening them. And as we lay them out, if you come in halfway, you might be able to kind of get a general sense of how we're doing so far. Here's our Siege. Bring it to the front. Artisan, Tiller of Flesh. Truth. There's a cool Foily Forest. Full Art. Foily Forest. Triple F. Pull our Invasion of Ravnica. Mythic. That's a colorless. And then we got a Yorion Sky Nomad. Very nice. I don't think that's going to take over the Aurelia spot, though. I think Aurelia is going to remain on the top of that stack. And again, this is simply my my understanding and my assumption about things that are good and how they go on top of piles. I may not be putting anything that has any true value at the top to you, but it's something that I think is really cool. That's kind of what I love about Magic, is that, you know, there's people that are into certain things in Magic, like they build certain kinds of decks. You know, I certainly do that with my one-drop decks. There's Zephyr Singer. Ooh, Atraxa, Big Daddy. Okay, that definitely goes on the top of the multicolored pile. Atraxa in that showcase art style. Very, very cool. But I love how people can, you know, make what it is they like. Some people are into merfolk and they love making merfolk decks. Some people are into just giant creatures and that's all they want to do is make things that are gigantic. Decks with gigantic creatures in them. That's cool too. So I love that about Magic. You can kind of do whatever. Especially non-competitive. Obviously, when you get into competitive Magic, you know, you can do whatever you want, but you're not necessarily going to do well. Glistening Dawn. We didn't have a green pile yet of rares. That's our first green rare out of this set. And Timoret. Okay, so we are effectively into our second pile now with that pack being done. There's Karn holding up a head on a pike. Okay, wait, is that... Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Invasion of Dominaria. Blight Reaper Thallid. There we go. Sorry, trying not to... Ooh, Galta Primal Hunger. Man, we pulled some good dinos in this set. Man, I tried to get Ethan to come in here. I was like, Ethan, you want to go see if we can hunt for dinos in this box? No, I'm good. He is going through a time where anything that Dad thinks is cool is not that cool. Invasion of Kaldheim. I know kids go through those kind of phases. Or maybe it's just a permanent thing. I hope not. But Teysa Karlov. That's pretty sweet looking. Into, ooh, Surak and Goreclaw. Man, that was what, a 3 or 4 rare pack? Surak and Goreclaw. Very cool. I don't think that takes over Atraxa's spot, though. Not that cool. But it is a really cool card. I've not seen that card before, at least in that treatment. That's the good thing about the way they do cards right now as far as treatment goes, is there's so many different ways you can get a card. Ooh, check that out. Speaking of different ways, there's a Yargle and Multani art card with the foil stamp. Alright, so that's our third iteration of a Yargle or a Yargle and Multani in this set. Or in this box. So I guess you ask and you shall receive, right? Invasion of Ulgratha. Ulgratha. It's very interesting how we're seeing so many. Maybe it's just because you're looking for them. You ever had that happen? Like when you're shopping for something in particular, you start to see them everywhere. Like if you start looking for a particular car, you start to see that car on the road everywhere you go. It's kind of funny how that works. If you look for it, you're going to find it, most likely. Until the end of turn, target non-artifact creature gets +1/+0 and is an artifact creature. That's interesting. Thran Forge. I don't remember ever seeing that card. It's Weatherlight, so no wonder. Pile-on foil. Well, that's certainly better than a pile-on non-foil. Hoarding Broodlord. Wow. Okay. Into a Finn the Fangbearer. Alrighty. Is that always the case that a foil is better than a non-foil version, like the same card? Is that always the case? Obviously, it doesn't. Not the case if it's a condition issue, but I'm thinking like straight out of the pack. That's an interesting art. Okay, so we'll put our token off to the side. We haven't seen any other interesting tokens of note since we had the Ragavan token. Order of the Year. The regular Swamp. Ooh, Archangel Elspeth. We've not pulled an Archangel Elspeth yet. That is cool looking. Wow. Very nice. I think that's going to go right on the top of our white pile for sure. And there's a Season Perverter of Truth, or Sazan. I don't know how you would say that. Let's go ahead and put him on the top. Kind of cool looking, plus he has that ability at the beginning of each player's upkeep. That player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards, so it's kind of it kind of hits the gas pedal, so to speak, of a game that you're in. So if you like fast Commander games and you're playing black, hey, you could put that in your Yargle and Multani deck. And it has a Spirit creature type in common, so you could perhaps pull off some sort of tribal spirit with that. Tribal spirit deck. I love doing tribal card or deck design. Or like I have a Volo deck. I love the idea of building a deck where none of your creature types duplicate. And you're trying to find like the best of all the creature types, but you're also looking for things that are unusual, maybe that you haven't even seen before, and you want to add to your deck. I love doing that. That's so much fun. There's Invasion of Arcavios into a Daxos. Okay. So, do you have a desire to play the Siege cards in anything besides like limited, like draft? Will you play those? What do you think about Siege cards? Is it a Surge of Salvation? It's a good card. Is that something you will add in decks in the future? I know there's been a lot. Oh, Hurkyl's Recall, nice. Return all artifacts target player owns to his or her hand. Very nice. It's a Modern Masters 2 list card. I think that might go right on top of our blue stack. There's a Baral and Karizev. Multicolor. And then there's Teferi's Talent. Not going to go on the top of that pile, but that's a pretty cool card too. Alright. We're rolling. We're about 2/3 of the way. I think we got like 3 more packs after this one in that middle stack. And I know you can't really see it. I'll slide everything over whenever we get to that last pile. Can't really see it at this point, but you will. We have 1 more stack after the one you can actually see on the screen. So there's an Invasion of Moag, Invasion of Lorwyn, Plain Island. There is a Didgeru and Hazaret. There is a Rada, Coalition Warlord, and then there is a, ooh, nice, Kahira, the Orphan Guard, Cat Beast. That's cool. It's going to go under, both those are going to go under the Atraxa, though. The Atraxa is still top dog in that pile. So, all right. We're going to keep pressing on, get rid of our token. We, Asgral, Smite, Plains, Foily Plains, if you're into that kind of thing. Transcendent Message, and Furja. Transcendent Message will go down here. That may be one of those cards that has some value to it. It's a Convoke, draw X cards, so you could, if you have a bunch of tokens, you could draw a bunch of cards, and it's in blue, and blue has some weird win cons where if you draw your whole deck, you win, those kind of things. So, who knows? I guess that could really be a fun, where is the, there it is. There's the battle card. Here we go. Here we go. Merciless Repurposing, Aerial Boost. Let's see what we got. That's kind of cool. Marauding Dreadship. Affected Defector. There's a Drana and Limvala. I'm sorry, a Drana and Limvala. That's really cool looking, man. That foil pops in that card. There's a Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, into, oh, snap, Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer. I think that's one of the big daddies in this set. Lots of value in that card. Very cool. Heliod is definitely a cool card. I don't think the Drana is going to overtake Atraxa, though. Alright, this is our last pack of the middle stack. And then we've got 1 more stack after this, ooh, that's cool. I love those cards with it looks like a coin. It's pretty sweet. Who is that? Captain Lannery Storm. I thought they were only doing that for the Dino cards, but I saw Lannery Storm there. I was like, okay, that's pretty sweet. Sail back, take down. Here we go. Inga and Asika. And Jury Master of the Review. We pulled a Jury Master of the Review last week in a Halo foil. I had not seen the Halo foil before. That is really, really cool. It's really nice looking. Decided to open that pack all together differently. I've been using the pull tabs, which are very convenient. Okay, no token in this one, which is interesting. Which means you got a list card. Island. There's our list card, the Toy Maker. 2-drop. Discard a card from your hand. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power. If nothing, it's equal to its converted mana cost till the end. Then we've got like the 2 list cards now that will turn things into artifacts. That's kind of cool. Realm Breaker, the Invasion Tree. Very nice. And nice. Moira and Teshar. Very cool. Again, very cool. Not going to go above Atraxa. I wonder which one of these. I think Ravnica may be more. I don't know. Invasion Tree? I don't know. I'll just do Invasion Tree so that I can put them all in the same orientation in portrait instead of landscape. That's right. I chose it because it's portrait. Because that's an important thing, right? There we go. That's a cool art card with the foil stamp. Feels like we're getting an inordinate number of foil stamp cards. Alright. That's a cool sword. I didn't know that sword was in this set. Alright. Regular Forest. There's a Voldaren Thrill Seeker. Not going to go above the Ragavan for sure. There's Dinah. There's Dolores of the Dream Den. Very cool. Again, Atraxa stays on top. I think we've got at least 2, maybe 3 of those piles set. I don't think there's any way that we're going to put something above, as far as value goes, the cards that are on top of a couple of those stacks. That is super cute and super creepy at the same exact moment. I like it. Alright, here we go. Invasion of Kaladesh. There's an Invasion of Fiora. There is an Imadi Celebrant of Bounty, and there's a Phyrexian Pegasus. So it turns out, now that I go back and think about it, I said there was that card that made me think I was getting a Ragavan because of what it looks like. I was right. It is roughly, like on the side of the card, like if you're looking at just the edge of it, it does look like you're getting a Ragavan because it has that border that is, I forget the name of that set, but it has that set special kind of border. That's really cool looking. I like that black and white artwork. So yeah, I wasn't way off. I wasn't exactly right on, but I wasn't way off. Alright, there's a change of equation. There's a Foily Plains Full Art. Very nice. Mirren Bane Splitter. There's a Boonbringer Valkyrie. Into a Grim Grin Corpseborn. I think it's the second time we've pulled that Grim Grin with that artwork. That's really cool looking. Boonbringer. In the white stack. Okay. Love the artwork. Love the. If I want an angel token, that would do really well for an angel token. Let's get to our Siege on top. Mukapena. Kami of Whispered Hopes. It's a good common card. A Swamp, Full Art Swamp. There's a Kogla and Yadaro. Single rare in that one. Not going to complain. We're doing really, really well. We pulled a couple Yargles. And a couple of them actually also have Multani. Vanilla, baby. Vanilla. The Skithrix. Yeah, the Skithrix artwork. We pulled that card last week. The actual Skithrix card. There was a Phyrexian Hydra token that we just pulled. Invasion of Melanon. Seeds of Hope. Invasion of Perelia. Ooh, Jingataxius. Man, we are hitting some big, really fun stuff today. There we go. There's Imri, Lurker of the Lock. Very cool. Into an interdisciplinary mascot. Whatever you need to be a mascot for, it will be a mascot for that. Because it can change. Alright. Rolling along. We got 3 more packs after this one. Man, I would say we are doing very well. These cards will be available at Comix Cafe again, so if there's anything that you've seen that you want us to keep and pull aside for you, I'd be more than happy to do that. Catch me on the Discord channel. I'm the guy that posts in the YouTube promo section most often. There's a list card, Detonate. Destroy an target artifact with converted mana cost X. It can't be regenerated. Detonate deals X damage to that artifact's controller. Oh, okay. Alright. So there's got to be some kind of upside if you're being that specific. There's a Glissa, Herald of Predation. Okay, alright, so here's where we can look at it now. We can go, okay, when you're pulling, let's look at the Ragavan. So when you're pulling, so you see an R, right? They're both legendary. I mean, you could just as easily be pulling another Rayav instead of a Ragavan. So I guess I wasn't that far off. I forgot that they started with the same letter and they're both legendary. So there you go. I have proven my point to myself. Okay. And now we pulled the Yargle by himself. We pulled the artwork for the Yargle and Multani by itself. We pulled the Yargle and Multani card, and now we're pulling the Yargle by himself artwork. That is 4 iterations of our guy Yargle. So, ask and ye shall receive. Invasion of Mercadia, or Mercadia, however you want to say it. There's a Montaña. There's Gissa and Geralf. Very cool. Coming in hot. Oh, Sheoldred. Ecor art style, I think is what they call that. Dude, that is sick. Okay, so Sheoldred will go on top of that pile. Okay, we've got big cards on almost every pile. We're doing really, really well. Yargle, I appreciate the vanilla flavor. And you know what? We pulled your art card earlier with the foil stamp. Let's pull another one without the foil stamp. We're just going to pull all iterations of the art cards. We're going to pull all iterations of cards that involve Yargle. And again, I mean, Yargle is a rare, right? Yargle Multani is a rare. I think Yargle himself is not. I think he's a common. There's Zimone and Dinah. Very cool. I think I forgot to do the whole trick thing. I did. That's our rare for the pack. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so you got to see all the rest of it, but that was our one rare in that pack. Alright, last pack magic, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Last pack magic. There's that Imri artwork. Very cool looking. Put our token down. I'm going to scooch over to our Siege card. There we go. See what we pull. See what our last pack delivers. There's Omnath, Locus of All. It's a good card. Again, it's not over the attracts. Oh, another Yargle. Awesome. Put Yargle back there. So that's 6 iterations of Yargle. Erixmathes, Slumbering Isle, into an Elspeth's Talent, which you could enchant your Archangel Elspeth with. Yo, this has been an excellent... I mean, we've pulled 2 Phyrexian Praetors. We pulled a Phyrexian Angel Horror in Atraxa. We pulled a Ragavan. We pulled an Archangel Elspeth. We pulled 2 Yargle Glutton of Urborgs, and Yargle and Multani. 2 Yargle and Multani artworks, one with a foiled stamp on it, and 1 Yargle Glutton of Urborg artwork card. I would say mission accomplished. Wouldn't you say the same thing? I think we did really, really well. Is it weird that I'm excited about the Yargles? Obviously, Ragavan has great value. Atraxa is high value. Jin-Gataxia's Shoulder. Those are both good cards. If there is any of the stuff that you want. Obviously, the stuff that's going to be bulk will be in our bulk boxes. You can go in and search that whenever you want. But all the other stuff will be in binders. It'll be behind the counter. Feel free to stop in, check it out, or hit me up in the Discord. Just at me, at UTHMinister, and I will be happy to respond and let you know that those have been set aside for you. Y'all, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Hope you had as much fun today as I did. If not, you know what? Go back, start over, watch the video again. I think you'll find yourself having fun the second time through. And that's just not me trying to get hours on my viewing, okay? Or maybe it is. I appreciate y'all watching. If you want to support the content we're putting out, click the links down below. Go to our TCG player page, go to our website, get involved in all the stuff. You can click and join our meetup. That way you'll get announcements about when events are coming up. So, y'all, been great. Have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.